Hey everyone, Vazzy back here, and today it's time for episode 12 of our Tampa Bay Lightning franchise mode here in NHL 24. So, as you all know, in the last couple episodes here, we unfortunately did fall off a cliff a little bit here in the 2025-26 NHL season. We did miss the playoffs here for the first time in quite a while, and we are looking now to kind of retool, rebuild, get some fresh faces on the team, and make it back to the playoffs here in this next season. So with that being said, we are going to start off today with the NHL draft and go from there. I believe we should actually have a pretty decent pick here, as we didn't end up trading it. I'm not sure exactly where we're going to be sitting here. We'll find it out in just a moment. So we have the 15th pick this year in the draft. Not going to really trade up, don't have any plans on that. McKenna rubric at the top. It's good to see just how I kind of made it. Around that 15 range, who do we have? Vitaly Kravinchenko. I'm assuming he's probably medium elite. NHL ready. I'm assuming he's one of those made-up guys that is, so he's probably the play if he's available. Rasmus Rene, Beckham Edwards, sorry, I know I made him medium top 6. Ooh, Kravinchenko could be a good defense, but you also have Mason St. Louis. That's Marty's real kid in real life. I know he's only a medium top 6, but how do you not take St. Louis' kid in a Lightning series here? So looking back on everything, looks pretty good to how I made it. Obviously a couple of generated guys in there. You can't do anything about that, unfortunately. But let's take our pick here at 15. I don't know who to go with. I think Kravinchenko is definitely the better pick. He'll be the better player for sure. Should be NHL ready right out of the draft, but like I said, how do you pass on Marty's kid here in a Tampa Bay franchise mode? Playing for Drummondville in the simulation, putting up some decent numbers, definitely more of a playmaker. Even though it says sniper, which is interesting. I don't know what to do here. I think I'm going to take Kravinchenko. I'm going to try and trade up here with the Boston pick. He's only a medium top 4. Oof. Couple of X factors. He is NHL technically ready at 78. It's not amazing. I was definitely hoping for that medium elite potential. So here's what I came up with to Boston here. Second round pick and William Strogren for the 16th overall pick. Stromgren, he came up last year. We got him in a trade with Calgary. Put up 7 points in 19 games late in the season. See if that goes through. It does not. I was kind of expecting that, unfortunately. We'll try and add a couple of unsigned prospects here. See if that can kind of push it over. I doubt it, but who knows. We're not going to be signing these guys anyways, so I'll add them to the trade, see if that pushes it over. Still does not. So Boston is playing hardball here with the 16th overall pick. At least it is on the block, which is good. I'd be okay with adding a 4th, I think. That shouldn't be too much. They still say no to that. Dang. I guess try adding the 3rd, Vancouver 82. Wow, they really have a lot of value for this pick. Let's try the 2 seconds here. Try 64 first. Seems like a lot. It's pretty even, but it still says no. Do I want to give up those 2 seconds? 51, 47. Very even. They're still saying no to that. I would not be doing this if this was not for Marty's kid, but there we go. Throw a 4th on, and we are all good. So now that we have the pick, let's take St. Louis. I know he is a medium top 6. I know it's probably not the most amazing pick. It's pretty average for a mid to late first rounder. He is 74 overall, though. That's actually not too bad. He has tape to tape. He has skilled up. Overall, yeah, it's actually not a bad pick. I'm glad we got traded back in and got him with that selection. Who do we have here at 54? Laurent Ottereis. 3 years out. Potential below elite. Yeah, let's go for it. Fortunately, I didn't have the greatest scouting department this year. Really didn't uncover too much. It's only a low top 4. It's not amazing. So I'm not going to go too in-depth here with a lot of these picks. We'll kind of find a name and see everything and just go off that. Nikita Turkov, Nylander. Let's go Turkov here. Potentially another low elite. I doubt it, but another defenseman as well. He is medium top 6. A couple picks later here with 82. Do we go with Nylander? He's on the top of the board. Let's go with this guy, Oleg Tursembayev. It's not bad. Another potential low elite defenseman. He is a low top 4, so we have a couple of those in this year's draft. As we sim to pick 175 here. Colton Landry, potentially medium elite. Played in the States last year. Numbers weren't amazing. Decent win to loss ratio. Let's go for him. Medium starter, not the highest overall though, so it's alright. And I believe this is our last pick of the draft here at 207. Let's see if we can get a gem here. Probably go for a goalie here. It's normally the better play doing that later in the draft. Find a name we like. Clint Glass, that's actually not bad. Let's go for Nicholas Lindgren in Sweden. Know nothing about him. He is a medium fringe starter at 47 overall. It's not great, but hey, who knows, maybe one day he'll develop. So that's a look at our draft class here, and I believe it's 2026. We definitely have some guys that in the future can play for us. I don't know if we'll have either Kravchenko or St. Louis signed at this point. Probably give them each another year or so here to go back to whatever league they are playing in. Let's take a look at some of the extensions we have to do here in the re-sign phase. So Groshev, just qualify him for now. Kyrou wants no money. It's not bad. I'll try 2 years, 900k. It's a steal. Jeremy Lauzon, I'm not sure about at the moment. Lindstrom, we definitely don't need him at this point. Perbix, I'd like to keep. 50 somewhat odd games are only a -1. That's not bad for a bottom pairing guy. He wants 1.7 though. It's a little much. We'll wait on them for now. Niemelainen can release. Puljujärvi can release. Darren Radish, what does he want? 1 year at 800k. It's not bad. We're definitely going to be going through and probably just clearing up the roster spots here again this year. Getting rid of some of the guys that probably don't have as much potential here. So we can hopefully get some decent free agents here in just a sec. White can go. Kuznetsov, we have to sign to his ELC. As a low elite player, we'll definitely do that. At 68 overall at 19. It's actually not too bad. And then a couple of bottom 6s who we will never use. Goaltending wise, we have Dawes. Give him a 1 year deal, I think. Heel, I think his name's Christian Heel, I don't even remember. Sign him, and we can get rid of Johansson at this point. He was solid for us, but definitely don't need him. So Radish does say yes, Tucker says yes, Colker Peak says yes, Christian Kyrou says yes, Nico Dawes says yes, Strogan, Kuznetsov. Everyone does say yes, so we have the 2 defensemen, we have Lauzon and Perbix here that we have to make a decision on. Both want similar amounts of money. Let's take a look at our rosters. We have Hedman, Sergachev, Cernak, Kyrou. Could probably use one of those guys and then get one guy in free agency, I'm thinking. Leaning toward Perbix just because he's been here and he's been solid. Go 1 year at 1.5. Let's see what he says. He does say yes to that, so I'm gonna let Lauzon go for now. Can always circle back to him if need be later in the summer, but I think for now that's all we need to do. I'm going to take care of a couple scouting things just off cam here. I will be right back and we'll simulate into free agency. So we only had like 2 or 3 scouts here. I took care of those quickly. I don't think there was any coaches or anything, so they should all be saying yes here as we head toward July 1st. Let's see who we have available. I did want to check extensions here before we get into anything, see what we have coming up for next year and what we need to consider. As I see a big one right off the bat, Nikita Kucherov. Although it really only looks like he's only our big name that we're going to have to worry about at the moment. Wants a lot of money, a raise on that $9.5 million contract he's getting right now. So, I don't know, it's definitely something we're going to have to think about here as we make decisions here in free agency. As it doesn't look like there's a ton of great players. Rasmus Anderson is the highest rating guy in this year's class. A lot of mid-80s, no 90s at all, which is definitely disappointing as we actually do have money this year to go after someone decent. Starting with defenseman here. I want to get just a middle to bottom pairing guy just to kind of solidify everything here. I would love a Jake Waltman. He wants about $5 million, but he wants a multi-year deal. At 30 years old, he probably would get that. So I'm kind of leaning toward a McNabb type player. Decent defensively, only wants him 1 year. It's not too expensive. Let's go 3.25. Then we can use the remaining 10 million to re-sign Groshev and sign a top 6 forward here, which I want to do. When looking at that, Kenny Malkin stands out actually. Let's see his stats. He was actually traded at the deadline last year to Vancouver. He had a decent little run there. So I wouldn't be too mad of saying that he left Pittsburgh, as they did trade him. So Cody Glass there, I wouldn't mind in like that third line role. That's not too bad. I'm really leaning toward Malkin. I think we maybe make a play at him here. Let's see what he'll say to a 1 year $6.5 million contract there. We'll check two-way guys here quick. Sam Lafferty, wouldn't mind him for a bottom 6 guy. Solid defensively, overall decent. I don't see anyone else too crazy here, unfortunately. Maybe over the summer he'll get better. Honestly, Kiefer Bellows, he's decent physical. Maybe he can be good in the bottom 6, who knows. Let's sort this by defensive stats. So we have Hollander and Edstrom who come up 1 and 2. Give them both the deal. I'm sure they're just looking for cheap money here, so who knows, maybe they can get called up at some point next year, maybe they'll just be AHL guys. Doesn't really matter. Give them both 1 year deals. And we will do the same thing with the defenseman here. Let's maybe go for Weber. He's still somewhat young, medium top 6 potential. Give him his ELC there. And sorting by overall, Solovyov there is not bad. Benoit is the enforcer. Yeah, let's go Solovyov. He's still decently young, could maybe play on this team in the future. Other than that, I think we're okay right now. We're sitting in a pretty good position, I think. Let's go through a couple days here as Jack Quinn is offered to us. It's interesting. See if anyone says anything here in a couple days. Sam Lafferty does join the team. McNabb joins the team. That's big. Solovyov, Bellows, Edstrom, Hollander, Weber. So I think we're just waiting on Malkin here, as we're getting lots of trade offers. Winnipeg, big deal with Doc Petrano, as Malkin does say yes to that 1 year $6.5 million contract. So we are bringing him back to Tampa Bay here to play with his fellow Russians, Kucherov, Groshev, Sergachev. There's a lot of them here. And with that being said, let's see if we can offer Kucherov an extension here. Just kind of lock that down so we don't have to worry about it. If we go more than what he wants, I think we just go the 3 year deal for now. Can probably get that down to 10.5, which is $1 million raise on what he's making now. I'm not mad at that at all. I think that's decent if he would say yes. And other than that, what do we have? Groshev, he needs his contract, and it's actually not that bad. He had a good year for us. Try 5 years at 3.75. I think that would be a steal. And with Dylan Duke, can probably go just under $1 million. And Isaac Howard, top prospect for us. Let's go 2 years at $1 million as well. I think if we get those extensions done, I think for the most part we're kind of almost done free agency already. We didn't need to do too much here. Just a quick retool, get some fresh faces in the lineup. So we're getting lots of trades for Kravchenko. Another trade with Landry there. Dylan Duke signs. Howard signs. Nikita Kucherov signs his 3-year extension with the team at $10.5 million. Groshev signs his 5-year $3.750 million extension. So I think that's huge for us. I think that'll age greatly. But yeah, I don't think there's too much else really for us to do here in free agency. I'm going to simulate to the start of the regular season, and I will show you guys our lineups. So I just looked at all the roster, and I put everything together for our following lineup here. We're looking pretty solid in my opinion. Should hopefully get back to the playoffs. Obviously that Hagel Point Kucherov line has been amazing. I have Malkin playing on the second with Groshev and Stamkos. Should be solid. We have Isaac Howard, Sorelli, and Hootnainen. Decent physically around him, so he is low elite. Maybe he can grow in the future for us. Dylan Duke, Nick Paul, and Sam Lafferty on the 4th line for us. So overall, looking pretty good. Defensively, we have Sergachev and Kyrou. We have Cernak and Hedman, and McNabb and Perbix. I split up Kyrou and Cernak just because of chemistry. That works out a lot better with that, so. And goaltending, obviously nothing's changed. Vasilevsky and Allenfelt. Looking at the AHL team, again, nothing too crazy. We have Gauthier down there, Kuznetsov, Connor Kurth. Those are really our great prospects. Nothing too great defensively. And goaltenders, we have Heel and Malik. Nothing too crazy again. A couple of guys that can maybe play for us at some point here in the future. So I am going to end today's video just going through the preseason here. And we will get everything set up for the start of the regular season here in the next episode. Let's get through this here quickly. We're getting a bunch of trade for our unsigned guys. Everyone seems to want Landry here for whatever reason, our, I think, 7th round pick, so it's interesting to note. As we start out 3-0-1, we have one extra game here against the Habs, as we're 5-0-1, and we will finish off with a record of 5-0-2. So, solid preseason. Overall, I'm not too concerned with the lineup right now. Should be pretty good and all set to go here. As Kucherov leading the team in points. Malkin coming in 7-7, that's good to see. Everyone kind of did their role. Nothing too crazy here, nothing standing out in a bad way. Vasilevsky, Allenfelt put up good numbers overall themselves as well. But I do think that is going to do it here for episode 12 of our Tampa Bay Lightning franchise mode here. Like I said, in the next episode, we will start the 2026-27 season here, and we will get through the first 41 games. But until then, I will see you all in the next video.